Okay, so we're live. Let's please begin. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for being here. My name is Marcelo Gamboa. I will be your teacher throughout this course uh, of the TOEFL. More than 10,000 students have trusted us as Executive English. We're a company that has more than 5 years in business. We've had students from all over the world, especially in South and Central America, and hundreds of students in the TOEFL. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick, okay, hold on. Okay, so let's uh let's first of all get to know each other. Okay, so we're gonna say the full name, everybody, please. Then the city and country, where are you from? And then uh, you need to say how much you need for the TOEFL. Okay. And if you have already taken the TOEFL, how much did you get there? And what do you study? Where, or if you work, where and how long? Okay. So I'm gonna present myself. I am Marcelo Gamboa. I have taken the TOEFL twice. Okay, I have taken the TOEFL twice. I took the TOEFL in 2016, the first time I took the TOEFL, and I got 112. Let me write that down. I got 112. Okay, in 2016, I got 112 out of 120. It was 28 per section. Okay. And I took the TOEFL again. It was in 2019. And I also got 112, 28 per section. Okay, so I took the TOEFL twice and I got 112 two times. But I have been teaching the TOEFL for many years. Okay, so I understand the TOEFL. I know the TOEFL, and I can tell you right now that if you want to prepare for the TOEFL, you need to have certain expertise in certain aspects. Okay, we're going to review that today. Today is our induction class. Okay, so today I'm going to give you a brief look on the TOEFL. What are the things that I'm going to teach you so that you can improve your TOEFL score? Okay, but let me tell you something. This is not a class where you're going to learn English grammatically. Okay, I'm not going to teach you English grammatically because we needed, in this class, we're going to see especially the TOEFL. Okay, like what are the techniques, how to answer questions, the best tips and tricks, the scripts, and everything else. But we're not going to see any TOEFL grammatically. Okay. So I understand that here we have people from different levels. I've we've had as I told you many courses of the TOEFL, and we always have people who are very good in English, and people who are not so good. Need to practice more. Regardless of that, we'll teach you the TOEFL here. Okay, how to take the TOEFL, an overview of the test. We're gonna practice with the scripts and everything else. Okay. So you don't need to turn your cameras. You don't need to turn your cameras. But today, okay, so today I'm going to ask you to turn all your cameras when you present yourself, okay? I only want to see your face this time, okay? Then you don't need to turn on your cameras. You can be with the cameras turned off. I don't have a problem with that. But please, if you can, uh, please turn your cameras and let's do this presentation. Okay, so let's review. You need to say the full name, like my name is, I don't know, city, country, where are you from? How much do you need for the TOEFL? If you know, if you don't know, no worries. And if you've already taken the TOEFL, please, you need to say that. And what do you study or where do you work? Okay. So let's please begin with Matias Moreno. Please turn your camera and please uh, tell us all this information.
I think my camera doesn't work, so sorry for that.
Okay, no
Um,
worries.
my name is Matias Moreno. I'm from Santa Cruz, Bolivia. And actually, I'm not sure how much I need for a TOEFL. I think I just need like 80 or something like that. I never took the test before, and now I am a research scholar in Auburn University.
Great. Thank you very much. That was very good. Thank you, Matthias. Welcome. Okay, let's go with uh, Fanny. Okay, the person who's got the name Fanny. I'm gonna send you a quick note there. Are you there, Fanny? Okay, let's move on. If Fanny's not here, let's go with Daniela Guevara, please.
Hi, my name is Daniela Guevara. I live in Cochabamba, Bolivia. and I don't have a specific grade for the TOEFL, and I study business administration.
Great. Thank you very much. Uh, let's go with Stephanie.
Hi, good night. My name is Stephanie Justiniano. I'm from Santa Cruz, Bolivia, and I'm not sure about the grade that I would need for the TOEFL, but I would like to get somewhere around 90 at least. I'm a designer, integral designer, and I'm trying to do a master, so that's why I'm trying to do the TOEFL for the first time.
Okay, thank you very much, Stephanie. Very well. Let's go with Mauricio, please. Fermín. Okay, he can speak. Okay, let's move on. Let's go with Raquel Cruz.
Hi everyone. My name is Raquel Cruz Prado. I am from La Paz, Bolivia, and I don't know how much do I need for the TOEFL, but I would like to get like 90 or 94 because it's like the average for getting into the universities. And I work as an English teacher for secondary level, like the yeah.
Thank you
That's
very
all.
much, Raquel. Let's move on to Victoria, please.
Hello, teacher. My name is Victoria Kenayata. I am from La Paz, Bolivia. I don't know how in a specific the grade for the TOEFL, but I've never taken this test. I studied business administration and the TOEFL for now. The reason is the applying to the scholarship.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go with Valeria Casco, please.
Hello, my name is Valeria. I'm from Honduras. I think I need 18 or something like that for the TOEFL. I never took before. I'm doing a research scholar in Atbury University in Alabama.
Okay, let's move on to what am I missing? Yes, Belén.
Good night, everyone. My name is Belén Villegas. I'm from Cochabamba, Bolivia. I think I need a score of 95. I made the TOEFL before, I think 4 years ago, and I work as graphic designer.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's. Okay, anybody missing here? I don't think so, right? Okay, so let's please begin. So the TOEFL, what's the TOEFL IBT? The TOEFL is the test of English as a foreign language. Okay, that's the meaning of the TOEFL. IBT means internet-based test. Okay, so the IBT is the most common one, but there are other versions of the TOEFL. Okay, you have TOEFL IBT, you have TOEFL EBT, and you have other forms also. Okay, PBT is the paper-based test. That's the meaning of PBT. It's the one you take on paper, but it's quite different. Okay, so the score is not from 0 to 120, but rather, I think it's until 800. So it's very different in that way. But the one that I assume most of you are taking is the IBT, the internet-based test. Okay, so that's the one I'm going to teach you here. It's the most common one. You take it, you have two versions there. You have the online version and you have the the version that is taken the not online version, let's call it like that, like the normal IBT, because the IBT was only taken at the specific locations before COVID. Okay, when COVID struck, they enabled, let's say, the online version, the home edition. That's what it's called, home edition. Okay, so you have the home edition and you have like the one that it is no home edition, right? It's the IBT, the regular one that you take in a specific place. Okay, so you can only take the TOEFL in certain places in your country. Okay, you can take it in certain locations. Okay, you need to sign up specifically in the web page. Okay, that's where you need to sign up for the TOEFL. Okay, so my recommendation here is the first tip for everybody. My recommendation is if you haven't already signed up to the TOEFL, like to the official one, you shouldn't go for the home edition. Okay, you shouldn't go for the home edition. That's the first tip I give you. You shouldn't go for the home edition. You should go for the regular version where you need to go to a place. Okay, so don't go to the home edition. Okay, so let me show you, please, here. I'm going to try to show you this. TOEFL dates. There is home edition and there's TOEFLs at specific places. So here you have TOEFL IBT or TOEFL IBT home edition. You have those two options. If you choose home edition, you're gonna have way more possibilities in terms of schedule. But if I were you, I'd rather take the TOEFL IBT, the regular one, this one. Okay, why? Because in the home edition, you need to have specifically for the reading, for the listening, you'll need to take notes. Okay, you'll need to take notes. And it's very difficult to take notes in the home edition. Okay, it's very difficult to take notes in the home edition. Okay, So I would recommend that you go to the TOEFL IBT, the regular one, because there you can take more notes, okay? Specifically in the home edition, you need to bring a board, okay? Like a board or a piece of paper, but it's very hard, to be honest with you, to take the home edition because you need to have a board. You need to write down with a marker. The marker is thick, so you cannot take many notes there, and you need to take as many notes as possible there. Okay, so that's why I recommend the TOEFL IBT. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, I'm gonna say the most important things in Spanish. Okay, because I'm gonna repeat some things in Spanish for the people who don't understand. Okay, but it's gonna be very short. Voy a decir algunas cosas en español, solo para remarcar. La mayoría lo voy a decir en inglés, pero por si acaso hay alguien que no haya entendido el punto. Recomiendo el TOEFL IBT, el regular, no el Home Edition. ¿Sí? Porque el Home Edition, especialmente en la parte de listening, van a tener que tomar notas en una pizarra y es muy difícil hacerlo con un marcador. Preferible es el TOEFL IBT, donde puedes tomar notas en un papel y puedes tener muchos papeles y es mucho más conveniente. Okay, so that was the most important thing. Let's please begin here. Okay, so let's continue. Who makes the TOEFL? It's made by ETS. ETS is a company, okay? It's the same company that makes the GRE. I don't know if you've heard of that. The Graduate Record Examination and the SAT, the entrance exam for colleges, okay? So the same company that makes the GRE or the SAT is the one that makes the ETS, is the one that makes the TOEFL, called ETS. Okay, and as I told you, it's given at a special specific locations. Here, let me show you. When you choose, where is the TOEFL here? Let's say I want to choose this. Let's say I'm gonna choose Cochabamba. Okay, let's see a date range. Let's say May, search locations. And here you have like certain specific locations. Here I can only take the TOEFL here, CBA, in the ASB, right? Specific special locations, the same location, okay? These are TOEFL authorized test centers, test locations, okay? So, with that being said, why should I take the TOEFL? You need to take the TOEFL in order to be accepted in a university abroad, okay? Scholarships and could help in getting a job, okay? So the TOEFL, basically, there are some things that are, let's say, misunderstandings when it comes to the TOEFL, that there's a grade where you pass the TOEFL. You don't pass the TOEFL, okay? So that's very important. The TOEFL is not that you can't say that you've approved the TOEFL. Oh, I've approved the TOEFL. There's not such thing as approving the TOEFL, okay? Doesn't exist. Because the TOEFL has no approval grade. You don't approve the TOEFL. You don't flunk the TOEFL. You only get a grade from 0 to 120. That's all. Okay. So if the grade that the university asks you to have is, let's say, 100, and you got 95, that means that it wasn't enough for you. But that doesn't mean that you've like failed in the TOEFL when it comes to the grade, because there's no failing grade in the TOEFL. Okay. That's a misconception that I often hear from people that, oh, I passed the TOEFL, I approved the TOEFL. Doesn't exist, okay? So it depends on the grade that you need. If you need, like, let's say 100, and you got 105, that means that you technically approved the TOEFL. Okay, so it depends on the grade you need. So there's not such thing as approving or not approving the TOEFL. Okay, so this is mainly, the TOEFL is mainly taken in order to be accepted in a university abroad. And it will depend on the university on how much they ask you to have. Some universities ask you to have 80. Some of them 85. The hardest 90, 95. The really hard ones 100, 105. And the really, really hard, like the highest grade I've seen in a university is 110, that you need 110. Okay. But I can assure you that if you have more than 110, like me, I took the TOEFL and I got 112, I could apply to any university, because I don't think there's a university that asks you more than 110, because that's a very high grade. Okay. And it also helps you in scholarships, depending on the scholarship. Again, it depends on the scholarship. If they ask you 80, and if you got 75, that means that you failed. Okay. And could help in getting a job. Sometimes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna very briefly comment on this in Spanish. No hay una nota de aprobación del TOEFL, por favor, no existe. Simplemente es una nota del 0 al 120, y dependiendo de la universidad o de la beca que ustedes estén queriendo aplicar, esa nota les va a servir o no les va a servir. Así de simple. No es que con 60 pasé el TOEFL, no existe. No hay nota de pasar, no pasar. Simplemente tienes una nota. ¿Ok? Entonces, ese es un error que la gente comete en el TOEFL. Okay, with that being said, let's continue. So, let's see very briefly some TOEFL changes that we've got over the last July 2023. So the TOEFL has gotten shorter and shorter over the years. Okay, when I took the TOEFL in 2016, it was 4 hours long. Now it's 2 hours long. That means that it's been halved in time, the TOEFL. Okay, so before July 2023, you had in the reading sections either 3 or 4 articles. Each article had 10 questions. So you had between 30 and 40 questions. Okay. But in the new TOEFL, you have 2 articles and you have 20 questions. That means that you have 10 questions per article. Okay. So you're going to have 2 articles and 10 questions each. That's 20 questions. That's all the reading section. The listening. Before you had 28 to 39 questions. Now you only got 28 questions. Okay. So before, you either have 28 or you either have 39. You had those 2 options, depending on your luck, basically. Okay, so people who got 40 questions normally got 28 questions in the listening. And people who got 30 questions in the reading normally got 39 questions in the listening. Okay, so it was like that. So if you got more questions here, you got less in the listening. Okay, and if you had less in the reading, you would have gotten more in the listening. Okay, that was the old format, the old TOEFL. But now you have only 20 questions, and in the listening, you're gonna have 28 questions. That's all you're gonna have. Okay. In the speaking section, it's only 4 questions. Okay, so it's the same. And in the writing section, you previously had 2 questions, one independent and one integrated writing. And now you have the integrated writing and you have a new style, an academic essay, which is far easier than the last version. Okay, so this TOEFL essentially is lighter. Okay, it's lighter, and that's something that has changed in the TOEFL. Okay, so now the TOEFL is only gonna be like 2 hours long. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so with that being said, let me tell you something about TOEFL. Okay. So I'm gonna explain to you my perception in TOEFL when it comes to each section. Okay. So in the reading section, the most important thing in the reading section is going to be the amount of vocabulary you have. Okay, that's the most important thing in the reading section. If you have good vocabulary, if you know words that are very difficult, let's say, you're going to do well in the reading section. Okay? That's the most important thing, that you know vocabulary, that you know words, couple words specifically. Okay? That's very, very important, that you know TOEFL words. Okay, for the reading section. What are we going to do with that? I'm going to send you something that is very important right now. Hold up just a sec. Hmm. Hold up just a sec here. Okay. I'm going to send you this. Mm. Okay. So I already sent into the group these links. Okay, the vocabulary. Let me show this to you. I sent it to the group right now. This is TOEFL vocabulary. Hold up. Just a sec. Here it is. Okay, so I send you all the TOEFL vocabulary that you need. Okay. So here you have it. 847 words. Okay, that are from the TOEFL. That's something that I'll send it that I have already sent to you. And in this case, it's very important for you to learn these words, okay? But it's gonna depend on you, okay? It's gonna depend on you. Let me tell you something about these words. This is a very special list because this is not a list that I got from the internet or from some web page. Okay, this is a list that I created 8 years ago, and I have been filling up this list with all the words that I see in TOEFL official tests and in TOEFL official simulations. Okay, so that's why it's a very important vocabulary that you're gonna have and you're gonna use. Okay, so these are words specifically for the TOEFL, specifically for the TOEFL. Is something that we as executive English have elaborated for our students. And please don't lose this information. It's gonna help you a lot. Okay. So you need to try to memorize these words. It depends on you, but this is gonna help you a lot when it comes to the reading section. Okay. Because in the reading section, there is no like technique. And let's go back here. There's not like a secret recipe that I can give you so that you can improve the reading, but the vocabulary. That's the only recipe I can give you in the reading section. Okay, so you're going to improve a lot if you know vocabulary in the reading section. If you don't know vocabulary, it's going to be very difficult for you the reading section. Okay, so please try to memorize these words. It's going to help you a lot. Okay, so I also sent you some suggestion. I sent you a link. Yeah, I'm opening the link. I sent you this link. executiveenglish.com/Anki. So here I'm suggesting, but it depends on you, that you use this app, Anki. Anybody here has heard about Anki before?
No.
No.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for participating. So if you've never heard of Anki, it's a free app. Okay, it's a free app, but it's a very, very interesting app because you can learn words and you can memorize words with Anki. Okay, it's like a system. I think it's an open source application. Okay, it has very interesting technology there. So here we prepared a video from Executive English where we explain what is Anki for us. Okay, what is Anki? I'm going to show you very quickly my Anki application here. This is the application. Okay, hold up. Just a sec. Okay, so here I have it. Okay, so here like I have different decks. This mazo, it's a deck, right? Mazo de cartas, right? Think about that. It's like a deck of cards. And in each deck, let's say I'm going to use this deck. I have different words I need to memorize. Okay, so the system is going to show me like this word bishop. Anybody knows the meaning of bishop? What's a bishop?
Obispo.
Thank you very much. There you have it, obispo. And it has like this like, let's say Stephanie said obispo. Okay, so Stephanie, because you know the answer, you need to click here, Stephanie, because you know the answer. It was very easy for you, right? That's why you need to click here. But let's say that, I don't know, Matthias didn't know the answer. Okay, so Matthias needs to click here again. Okay, and these symbols here, 4D, means 4 days. Okay, so for Stephanie, that she already knows the meaning of bishop, the system is gonna ask her again, same question in 4 days. Today is Tuesday, so it's gonna be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On Saturday, the system is gonna ask Stephanie again, what's bishop? And if Stephanie answers correctly, the system is gonna ask her in an even longer period of time. Okay, probably, I don't know, 8 days or 10 days. Okay, so it's gonna like be progressively put off. Okay, progressively put off. But let's say Matthias didn't know the answer. Let's say, I'm not saying that you didn't know the answer, but I'm using you as an example. I'm using you as an example. So he's gonna click on again, and this 15M, less than 15M, means that it's gonna ask the same question in less than 50 minutes. Okay, so very, very quickly. Okay, so you go like this, perk. Anybody knows the meaning of perk? Nobody knows the meaning of perk. Yes, Mauricio, they're like flashcards. They are like flashcards, exactly. Okay, nobody knows the meaning of perk. So let's say beneficios again, right? And I recommend that you use this system, okay? And if you use this system, if you install the system, because here I have like a tutorial, what is Anki, how you create an account, it's free, how to download flashcards and synchronize them. When you do all these steps in your computer, then you can click on this archive that I send you, Inglés Palabras Toefl, and you click on open. And it's automatically gonna go to your Anki application. It's gonna import all the words. Okay, that's the only thing you need to do. Okay, so if you have the application, you downloaded the application, you created an account, the only thing you need to do next is open this archive called inglespalabrastoefl.apkg. And when you open this archive, it's gonna automatically upload all the words here. Okay, you don't need to do anything. That's how you synchronize the words. Okay, so you will not need to put all the words by yourself. Okay. Is there a mobile version for the app or is it just for desktop? Yes, there's a mobile version for the app. Okay, so you can download the mobile version. I think in Android it's for free, but in iPhone, I think that costs something. I'm not sure about it. But I recommend that you practice in your computer. That'd be much better. But you can also download it in your cell phone. I have the application myself in my cell phone, and it works very well. Okay, no problem. Let's continue, please. Okay, so here. Okay, so I told you already about the reading section. In the reading section, as I told you, the most important thing is vocabulary. In the listening section, to be honest with you, you need to practice listening. Okay, let's watch videos in English, content. That'll help you a lot. Listen to music in English, movies with subtitles in English. That's gonna help you a lot. That's the best way for you to really improve in this section. But then you have the speaking and writing. Okay, speaking and writing section. And the speaking and the writing section are gonna be much easier to improve than the reading and the listening section. Okay, it sounds counterintuitive, to be honest with you, because many people would say that the speaking section is the hardest one. But I can tell you that you can improve the most in the speaking and in the writing section. You can improve the most in these two with the scripts. Okay, we're gonna see scripts here in this class. So you can improve a lot in these two. Okay, so in the reading section, as I told you, you need to learn words. So it's pretty hard to really improve, but it'll depend on you. The listening section, it's even harder to improve. Okay, it's even harder to really improve in the listening section. Of course, I'm gonna teach you like what types of questions you have and everything else, but I'm being honest with you. I'm telling you like right away and very, very clearly that in the reading and in the listening, of course, it's gonna be much harder for me to teach you to improve in these two sections because these two sections, especially the listening section, it'll depend on your raw knowledge of English. Okay. There's no hack there. There's no shortcut. Okay. But in the speaking and the writing section, you can really have like these shortcuts. Okay. You can really improve in these two sections much easier. Okay. How? How can I improve in the speaking section much easier? Because I'm going to teach you the scripts. Okay, here I'm going to show you the scripts. It's here. Okay, here you have all the scripts, guiones, for the speaking and for the writing. I'm going to teach you all the scripts, how to answer these questions. Okay, because the purpose of me is not just teaching you how is the TOEFL. I'm going to teach you how to answer the TOEFL. I'm going to teach you how to answer the TOEFL, and not only how to answer, how to time your answers. Okay, what words to use here. Okay, let me please show you this. Right here. Here you have a script. I put here the words that you need, and I put here the time. Like what time, like you have 45 seconds. You should have said everything here when you have 36 seconds and then 18 seconds. Okay, so we're gonna time the answers with these numbers. And you're gonna use all these words. Okay, and I'm gonna teach you how to structure your answer. And we're gonna practice. Okay, so you can improve a lot in the speaking section. Okay. So that's very important. Let's continue, please, fellas. And finally, in the writing section, we're also going to have scripts for the first one because the second one is so short. It's so easy. Okay, it's not you don't need a script for the second one, for the new one, the academic part, the academic essay. Okay. But for the other one, we're gonna do a script. I'm gonna teach you how to write, how to answer, what words to use, because my goal is to make you sound sophisticated. That's my goal. I'll take your English at the level that is right now. Could be good, could be not so good, could be very good, and I'm gonna try to make you sound much better with the scripts and with the words. Okay, so that's the technique we're gonna use in this class. Okay. I don't know if anybody here got any question whatsoever.
Yes, I have a question. But the writing part, are you going to give us a feedback?
Yes, I'm gonna give you feedback. I'm gonna give you feedback in terms of the simulation. Okay, we're gonna have a simulation in the beginning and also a simulation at the end. Okay, so tomorrow I'm gonna teach you how to do the simulation, but it depends on you. Okay, so you'll have until Sunday to send me your simulation of the whole test, and I'm gonna write feedback for the first, like in the beginning of the course. And at the end, also, we're gonna have a simulation, and you're gonna receive feedback if you choose to do the second simulation, so that we can see how much you've improved. Okay. Any other question there? Good question, though. Okay, no questions. So here's the schedule. Week 1, we're gonna see the reading section. Okay. Week 2, listening section. Week 3, speaking 1 and 2. Week 4, speaking 3 and 4. Week 5, writing 1. Week 6, writing 2. Okay, so that's the calendar. Okay. So we're gonna have classes from Tuesday to Friday. Okay. But sometimes we're gonna have classes on Monday. Okay. Why? Because they're like today. We started out today instead of yesterday. Okay. So we're gonna have a class on next Monday. Okay. So tenemos clases de martes a viernes, ¿sí? 4 clases a la semana. Pero a veces va a suceder que tal vez una clase no se dé por temas de, yo les voy a avisar, no creo, pero de todas maneras, en ese caso vamos a reponer los lunes. Así que por favor los lunes no se agenden tampoco en este horario. Por ejemplo, hoy deberíamos haber empezado ayer, pero como hemos empezado hoy, vamos a reponer la clase el día lunes. Entonces así vamos a tener la clase de inducción que es hoy día y vamos a tener 4 clases de reading. Y después vamos a tener las 4 clases de listening, ¿no? Ya vamos a estar totalmente parejos. ¿Sí? De las 4 clases, siempre vamos a tener una clase. La primera va a ser práctica, perdón, la primera va a ser teoría y la segunda va a ser práctica. ¿Sí? Teoría, práctica. Mañana vamos a tener teoría de reading. Primero, toda la parte teórica. Jueves vamos a hacer práctica de reading. ¿Qué significa? Te voy a poner un ejercicio y lo vamos a ir haciendo y van a enviar las respuestas. Viernes, teoría, nuevamente, parte teórica de reading. Lunes, parte práctica de reading. Martes, ya vamos con el listening, parte teórica de listening. Miércoles, parte práctica de listening. Jueves, parte teórica de listening. Como no hay mucha parte teórica de listening, acá normalmente vemos el tema de connectors. Ok, o sea que ahí vamos a ver connectors. Viernes, parte práctica de listening. Y lo propio del speaking, ¿no? En el speaking quiero adelantarles que es necesario que acá vamos a practicar, ¿no? Les voy a dar la palabra, se les va a dar el tiempo. Vamos a tener 2 semanas. Y finalmente el writing, teórica, práctica, ¿no? Entonces, ese sería el calendario que tenemos. So that's the calendar, okay, that we're going to have. And, well, as I told you, we're going to improve specifically more in speaking and writing. That's going to be the most important thing. Okay, so that's everything for today. And I'm going to ask you something else. Okay, I'm going to ask you something else. Please watch. I'm going to show you here. Where are the videos here? Please watch whenever you have time these 4 lessons, these 3 lessons, okay? Connector 1, connector 2, connector 3. Okay, so whenever you have time, you need to watch these lessons. It will depend on you, okay? It's not mandatory, but it depends on you. Finally, because we're just about to finish the class, we're going to have a YouTube channel, okay? So now I'm borrowing some YouTube channel from other place, only for this video. So in this video, I'm not using the YouTube channel. Vamos a tener un canal de YouTube para todas las clases, van a quedar grabadas, ¿sí? No se preocupen. El día de mañana yo les voy a pasar las clases. Hemos tenido muchas versiones de este TOEFL, ¿sí? Entonces, para los que necesiten adelantar clases, qué sé yo, les vamos a pasar un listado de los videos de alguna de las versiones anteriores para que lo vean, etcétera, ¿no? El contenido es el mismo. De todas maneras, todo va a quedar grabado por siempre, ¿no? No se preocupen, nosotros no lo bajamos el contenido, a no ser que YouTube lo baje. A veces sucede, pero casi nunca. Entonces vamos a tener un canal de YouTube. Lamentablemente han visto al inicio, yo no pude activar el canal de YouTube. Tenemos que esperar 24 horas, así que nos hemos prestado un canal para este video solamente, pero para el resto vamos a poner el canal de YouTube. Mañana ya va a estar habilitado nuestro canal, ahí van a estar todos los videos, como les digo, salvo este, ¿no?